Okay, we are going to solve linear equations, but before we do that, I just want to do a quick review of one of the problems that have been tripping some of you guys up. Something that looks like what I have up here on the board. Now remember, there's lots of different ways to do this. Okay, one way that you could do this is get rid of those parentheses. Run this -4 through our problem. Remember, that means multiplying your exponents. So we would end up with that on the top. And then on the bottom we have all three of these terms are raised to the -2 power. So we've got 3 to the -2, m to the -2, n to the -2. Now one thing you could do after this is you could get rid of all of your negative exponents here. Alright, this m to the -12, move it to the bottom so that you have a positive there. N to the 4th stays. 3 to the -2, move it up to the top. Get rid of that negative. So it's 3 squared. And then we've got m squared and n squared all on the top now. And now you can simplify these much, much easier. So we know 3 squared is 9. Alright, our n's on the top, we've got 4 and 2, so we've got 6 of them. I skipped the m's on purpose because we've got 12 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Remember, we can cancel those two with 2 out of this and make this a 10. So this ends up being m to the 10th on the bottom. Alright, make sure you pay close attention to those negative signs. And remember that the negative exponents, never does that mean a negative goes out in front of the problem. This is a positive 9, this is not a negative 9. Alright, so solving linear equations. You guys have been doing this for a long time. Okay, our goal is to get our variable by itself. So we're going to add 9 to the other side. So 24, divide by 3, x equals 8. Remember, you can always plug these back in to check. 3 times 8 is 24, minus 9 is 15. There is our correct answer. Our next one, even though we have variables on both sides, they are the same variable. So we can combine these, subtract the 2b over to the right side. That means we've got to add the 9 to the left side. And when we do that, those go away and we're left with 2b equals 16, divide by 2, b equals 8. And once again, we can plug this back in. 2 times 8 is 16 plus 7 is 23. 4 times 8 is 32, minus 9 is 23. Those are the same, so that has to be our answer. For our next one, this is where you have to remember order of operations. Okay, get rid of the parentheses first. That means we've got to distribute this 4 times both of these. So we've got 4t plus 24 plus 2t equals 7t plus 21. And then we just start combining like terms from here. Alright, on the left side we've got 6t plus 24 equals 7t plus 21. Subtract the 6t over, subtract the 21, this and that go away, so we've got t equals 3. Check it to make sure that it's right on the left side. 3 plus 6 is 9 times 4 is 36, plus 6 is 42. 3 plus 3 is 6, times 7 is 42. Those are equal, so there is our answer. With the one on the right, I always think if you can get rid of fractions, do it. Make it easier on yourself. How we would get rid of the fractions here is multiplying by a common denominator. It doesn't have to be the least common. It helps you. If it is the least common, it makes it easier, it keeps the number smaller, but it's just got to be a common denominator. Alright, if we multiply all of these terms by 4, that will get rid of all of our fractions. So 1/4 times 4 is 1 times x. plus 1/2 times 4 is 2 equals negative 3/4 times 4 is negative 3x minus 4 times 4 is 16. And now this is a simple problem that you guys all know how to do. Add the 3x over to get 4x, subtract the 2 over to get negative 18, x equals negative 18 over 4. Always simplify your fractions, negative 9 over 2. If you wanted to change that into negative 4.5, you're not wrong. It's just an extra step that you don't necessarily have to do. If you plug that back into the original, that also works. So we know that those are our correct answers. Last one, a word problem. The Ironman Triathlon is held every year in Hawaii, and these are the actual distances. Total distance is 140.6 miles. They swim 2.4 miles, and they bike 112. How long is the run? First thing that we have to do is we have to make an equation for this. So, we know the swimming part is 2.4, plus the biking part is 112, plus what we don't know is how long they ran. But we do know the total is 140.6. So, there's our equation. We just have to solve for x now. So we combine the left side to 114.4 plus x equals 140.6. Subtract the 114.4 over, and we're left with 26.2. And we need a label here, and these are all in miles, so our label is miles. Alright, so what they do here, and this is actually legitimate, I believe Mrs. Rowe's son does this every once in a while. They swim for almost 2.5 miles, then they bike for 112 miles, and then they run a marathon after that, because that is the actual total for a marathon, is 26.2 miles. Any questions, please let me know.